Now it's time for everyone's favorite subject, hashtags. You can think of hashtags like keywords for Instagram. If you know anything about SEO, you'll know that keywords are used so that Google can better understand your content and know who to show your content to. Hashtags also connect you to new followers. Think of hashtags as categories. Hashtags help Instagram sort through the millions of photos that are shared on the app each day. Once you start researching hashtags, you'll quickly find that there are hashtags for nearly everything. There are branded hashtags like hashtag JuneBugWeddings or hashtag PhotoBugCommunity. There are hashtags that are built around locations such as hashtag PhoenixWedding, and so on. The magic to hashtags is figuring out the perfect balance of competitive hashtags, which are hashtags that people use on posts a lot, like hashtag wedding, and other hashtags that aren't as competitive, i.e. they have fewer than 500,000 posts attached to them. For example, if you're hashtagging hashtag weddings, hashtag wedding hair, hashtag wedding photo, you're competing with thousands of other posts being shared every hour. Alternately, hashtag PhoenixWedding has been used around 50,000 times, meaning it is a much less competitive hashtag, but people are still using it. Another reason that I bring up hashtag PhoenixWedding is that it's way more specific than hashtag wedding. Think of your hashtags as being there to connect you with not just any followers, but your ideal followers. All kinds of people from all around the world use hashtag wedding on their posts. Once you narrow in on your target follower, figuring out which hashtags to use gets way easier. There's no perfect recipe to hashtag success. It'll take some trial and error for you to find what works best for you. For example, there's no universal rule for the number of hashtags that you should be using when you post. Some accounts see more success when they use 5 hashtags, and other accounts get the best engagement with posts that feature 30 hashtags. The only way to develop a solid hashtag strategy is to start tracking your hashtags. Try using different hashtags and a different number of hashtags, and then after about a month or 2 of posts, you can sit down and evaluate which hashtag strategy is working best for you. We're going to dive a whole lot deeper into testing what works and what doesn't on Instagram soon. Let's get back to talking about which hashtags you should be using, because we've got a little system to help you identify what hashtags to use. Start by asking yourself, where are you? Regional hashtags are really great for connecting with local couples and getting pulled in different searches on Instagram. You might use one of the following variations: region name wedding, region name elopement, region name engagement, region name proposal, region name photographer, region name wedding photographer. So Phoenix wedding, Phoenix elopement, Phoenix engagement, Phoenix proposal, Phoenix photographer, Phoenix wedding photographer. You can also try incorporating different venue hashtags into your strategy too. The next question to consider is, what are you posting? Are you posting an epic mountain wedding? Cool. You might want to incorporate hashtag mountain wedding into your post. Here are a list of other descriptive hashtags that you can consider. Just keep in mind that this list is a mix of super competitive and less competitive hashtags, so remember to use a good mixture of the two when you post. Hashtags give groups of people with similar missions a way to share things that they love. So the next question you can ask yourself is, who do you want to see this post? Here's a list of niche groups if you're looking to get your work noticed by people who appreciate a certain style or philosophy. The last question to ask yourself is, who do you want to share your work? I mentioned branded hashtags earlier in the lesson, and here's where those come into play. If you're wanting your post to get regrammed, you should try incorporating branded keywords into your post. Hashtag JuneBugWeddings is a perfect example of this. Here's a list of others to get you started. While these are just suggestions of different hashtags that you can use, it totally depends on what you're posting. Make sure you tailor your hashtags to each post. You don't want to use hashtag Phoenix wedding for a mountain elopement. Something to mention about hashtag placement. There have been tons of theories over the last several years about how putting hashtags in the comment was less spammy, or putting hashtags in the caption was what Instagram wanted. Enough is enough. Instagram hasn't told us either way. So do what you want with your hashtags. You can put them in your caption or add them in a comment right after your post. It doesn't matter. One thing that does matter, do the hashtags take away from your caption? If you have a well-crafted caption, which we're going to show you how to do in a later section, you'll probably want to end it with a call to action of some kind. Think, check out the link in my bio, or give me your best Netflix recs. And adding a bunch of hashtags right after a call to action might be distracting. So, in those cases, it's really up to your personal preference if you'd prefer to keep the caption clean and straightforward. If you're struggling to come up with hashtags, a few tips and tricks. A super easy way to find relevant hashtags is to use Instagram to search for related hashtags. If you've got a few hashtags that you know you're going to use, type them into your post and see if any related hashtags make sense. Be sure to keep an eye on the number of posts that those related hashtags have, because Instagram doesn't discriminate and the app will pull related hashtags even if there are only 5 posts associated with that hashtag, which you don't want. Another great way to brainstorm hashtags is to see what popular accounts in your niche or in your area are using. Hashtags are a great way to boost your exposure on Instagram and gain more followers, but they're not the most important factor when creating a post. We'll be touching on captions and other variables of your post in upcoming lessons.